Over the past few years, I've gained so much knowledge about dating and people and women in general. And the current state that I'm seeing the most is a lot of guys that are in a relationship that think they congratulate themselves and other people congratulate them as if it's something, you know. I'm one of the people that are choosing to be single right now, and I'm trying to find ways right now to find smart ways to filter out the most amount of women that I believe is going to be in places that are not good for me. So around me, I'm seeing a lot of people. I don't want to mention them in this video because of obvious reasons, but I'm seeing a lot of guys that are in a relationship and they're bum licking their girlfriend or their wife or maybe their fiance. Usually their girlfriend or fiance, and they think it's something. You know what I mean? Like it's a prize, it's a possession, it's a reputation score rather than an experience. And a partnership, you know, like you sharing your life with someone else. You know, it's a girl or a guy, but you're just sharing your life with them. Pretty much, that's like the biggest basis. These people, most of the time, the guy is saying yes to everything. So I know that if you're more of a yes person, you're going to be in a relationship, most likely, no matter what it is. You know, it can be any relationship. And there's a lot of guys that, there's a lot of women that is being around me and they have shown interest to me and being flirty and being, you know, giving you the looks, giving you, um, you know, joking around with you, giving signs, being interested in you, even though maybe that day you're not interesting. And even some girls that do the opposite, they pretend to dislike you and they have some sort of like grudge against you, even though there's nothing that's happened between you two. But in some cases, they talk to you as if you're a long friend that they've had. So that's like one sign of flirting, even though it's like push and pull somewhat. And I've seen that these people are fundamentally, vast majority of them, 90% of them, they are broken. You know, they're broken people. They're more chasing addiction rather than love. You know, there's no love. It's just an addiction. It's like they give you a rope, and if you pull on the rope, they're gonna become addicted to you, and they're looking for that tease. You know, I'm not like I learned from that is not something I want in my life. I don't want the push and pull. I don't want the teasing. I don't want the games. I don't want the theater. I do want some arguments. You know, I do want some passion, but I don't want, you know, the roller coaster lifestyle, the roller coaster way of living and having a relationship. Because for me, it's not genuine and it's not a relationship. Now, I have a few idols and people I watch on YouTube that have given me so much knowledge on this. One of them is G-Man. One is Legion of Men. So Robeck, I think it's called. And you should check them out on YouTube. They're pretty good. One's Joel Terry. I think I said his name right. And he's based in the US. Two from US and one Australian. And they see the game. They see, you know, I'm not talking about the fresh and fit ones. I don't really watch those types, but I know they're really, really popular. But, you know, I'm not looking for the popular. I'm looking for the one that doesn't try to make everyone happy. One form of respect that I give to people is anyone that is not trying to please everyone else and not trying to be theatre-like and entertaining so much, not at the forefront. And these guys have way more experience than me, way more. I'm like no experience compared to them. And these guys, they just raise awareness, most of them are older than me. Yeah, easily 90% of them older than me. And they just got a lot of experience, regardless of that. And G-Man is really funny. Shout out to him. He's like, he reacts to some of the videos that women make, and he just he points out the truth, and at the same time takes the piss. Like, what he calls one 300-pound, what's it called, war hog or something to a woman, and says even she gets attention in this day and age. So you got a lot of women that are average, that are thinking they're so good looking and all that, and the delusion of, because you have likes, you think you can get married, you think you can pull a guy basically, and you might do. Some of them do succeed, and they do become in a relationship and they do pull a guy, but there's no like a long relationship. It never works out. Surprise, surprise. And they act all surprised. They make a video about it. They cry to their friends. And they have a girls group chat usually that they talk, this guy wasn't the right guy for me, I'm going to look for someone else, blah, blah, blah. And that's how it pretty much goes, And a lot of guys, including myself, I didn't know about this. About 4 or 5 years ago, I didn't know about this. That, they don't only, I knew they gossip about guys, I knew that for a long, long time, but I didn't know that they have this roster, I didn't know that they have this strategy that they want to, many women, not all, that they want to pull as much efficiency out as possible from whatever that they have. They might be good looking, they might be, I don't know, high status, have a lot of money maybe. And also it's happened to me partially. About 2 years ago, actually 1 year ago, but started about 2 years ago, and I'm not interested in the money. I'm not interested in the status. I think a lot of guys are not interested in the status. A lot of guys are, not trying to get a woman that is not only the boss woman, the boss baby, but the one that is looking like she's someone, and maybe has a law degree, maybe trying to get a very high career, trying to be friends with everyone, has a big status amongst family. It's not interesting to me. And the men that I respect is the ones that can say no, the ones that can say, this is my opinion. 9 people might disagree with me, but 1 might agree. This is my opinion. It is what it is. And for me I'm still on the road to that, to find my own feet and say, whatever it is, like whatever I believe in, and just reject this bullshit, of inauthenticity, and being okay with family being disappointed, or being judged in a certain way. People call you names, people have like a perception of you, and you have this eager response to say and explain yourself, and explain your point of view and blah blah blah. I'm past that. I had that in me 2-3 years ago, but after that I stopped. I stopped giving a shit, and it's a way better life, way better, and it's very tough to switch transition into that. But that's the journey that we're on. So I learned this kind of things. I've learned that guys that disrespect themselves and they're a yes person, they usually get into relationships, and I lose respect for them, and they lose their personality, you know. And you see them on a regular basis, and all you can say is hi. You know what I mean? You can't really chat them up. You can't really have much of a conversation with them because it's not. I don't know how to call it. You don't want to let them down either, you know. So you just pretend as if you're disinterested in them and just disinterested in convo in general, not only them, but just in general, which is the best. Rather than maybe they're going to invite you for food, you know, and you don't want to be rejecting them, because I know how that feels and I don't want to give that feeling to anyone else. But yeah, you become pretty much a slave to the other person, and you lose your masculinity. You know, this is like a crucial aspect of being a man. You lose the masculinity. It is what it is. I put the phone in this position because the phone holder is not working. I can't. If you know any good phone holders, then do comment it down below. Thanks for listening if you have until now. But yeah, it's silly, you know, and it's a shame that you grow up and you improve yourself, and you become more respectful to yourself, you know, in order to care about other people and be genuine and love other people, you need to respect yourself. And then you see a lot of women around you that are not good for you, you know. That's what's quite just disappointing. And you know the difference. You can definitely see the difference when women care about you, and the stages that they know women cared about you. You know the difference. You can tell the way that they look at you, the way that they engage in conversation. Not all of them, obviously not. Some of them are just busy, or they don't like you, or you know, maybe they have a bad day. But you know it 100%. People, not only women, even guys, they just talk to you. You know, they ask questions. Even though the environment is not really like a social environment, people want to talk to you. It is like that, and it's good to be zen. It's good to be yourself and ride your own waves instead of riding a roller coaster with another person. Because yeah, I learned that I don't want the roller coaster. I don't want that kind of life. I don't want games. I don't want theater. I don't want to live a life full of lies. You know, core life being lies. It's makes you have a lot of friends, but loads of friends are fake, and you have a career that you pretend to like, and that gives you status, but you don't like it whatsoever. And I realized that could be one of the biggest mistakes in my life, so that's what I want to avoid. Appreciate you watching, and take care.